Hi and welcome. I am trying to learn architecture. Today the Antirrio bridge. Now that we've done it, we're gonna do martial arts basic training. And if you participate in the martial arts basic training, then it's better the hours, and this is part 8 of the Rio Antirrio bridge or something. The total cost of the bridge was about 630 million euros, funded by the Greek state funds, the consortium, and loans by the European Investment Bank. It was finished ahead of its original schedule, which had foreseen completion between September and November 2004, and within budget. Other sources suggest the final cost was 839 million. So around 700 million euros did it cost, and it was within budget. And done when the schedule said it should be even a bit earlier. Inauguration. The bridge was inaugurated on the 7th of August 2004, a week before the opening of the 2004 Summer Olympics in Athens. Okay, the Summer Olympics, the sports festivity, was in 2004 in Athens, and 1 week before they happened, that bridge was opened, and it is in Greek. Olympic talk bearers were the first to officially cross it. Okay, there's someone doing that talk, that fire thing, and the first person who officially crossed it, after all the workers, was now someone being that talk to the Olympic thing and then flaming that Olympic fire. One of them was Otto Rehagel, the German football coach who won the Euro 2004 championships for Greek. Okay, there was someone, and he was from Germany, and he was coaching a few people in football, and his name was Otto Rehagel, and he teached the Greek team to win the Euro 2004 championships in Greek, or for Greek. Another was Kostas Laliotis, the former Minister of Public Works, during whose term the project had begun. Okay, there was a person in Greek and the Greek politics. His name was Kostas Laliotis. And he was the Minister for Public Work, and while he was in that job, what is it called? Whatever, was it started the building of the bridge. Engineering feats. Due to the peculiar conditions of a strait, so between the strait between what was it? The Rion Strait, Gulf of Corinth and Gulf of Patras. Because of peculiar conditions, several unique engineering problems needed to be considered and overcome. The water depth reached 65 meters. The seabed is mostly of loose sediment. The seismic activity and possibility of tectonic movement is significant. And the Gulf of Corinth is expanding at a rate of 10 to 50 millimeters per year, and we already had that. It doesn't matter, we're going to do it again. I don't remember. Okay, it's a difficult place. And engineering problems were there, and the water was 65 meters deep high, there was loose sediments or sand or whatever, and there was little earthquakes or little movement of the tectonic plates, and the possibility of tectonic movement is significant. And the Gulf of Corinth is expanding at the rate of around a centimeter per year. So every year it gets centimeters more apart, so the bridge has to go along 1 centimeter per year. In addition, the hills on either side create a wind tunnel where 70 millimeters per hour winds are common. The hills on either side, okay, there are some types of hills and they are producing a strong wind somehow. For these reasons, special design and construction techniques were applied. Beneath each pier, the seabed was first reinforced and stabilized by driving 200 hollow steel pipes vertically into the ground. So we went there to the sandy seabed and just drove 200 steel pipes into the ground to make it more fun. The pier footings were not buried into the seabed, but rather rest on a bed of gravel meticulously leveled to an even surface. A difficult endeavor at this depth. What are they doing? So, pier, I don't really know what a pier now for bridges, is not on the even surface. We're not on the seabed, but we are on a bed, on a hill of gravel which they put there. And that was a bit difficult because it was a bit deep. During an earthquake, the piers can move lateral on the seafloor. so we can move in one direction or another, with the gravel bed absorbing the energy. Okay, that means these piers are standing on gravels, and because gravels are the loose stones, they can move a bit from side to side and they don't fall down. The bridge deck is connected to the pylons using jacks and dampers to absorb movement. I don't know what jacks and dampers are, not really. But pylons were these big things, these pillars, and the piers are the things which the pylons are saying. The bridge decking is connected to the pylons using jacks and dampers to absorb movement. There are some jacks and dampers, and they are also there to absorb movement. Too rigid a connection would cause the bridge structure to fail in the event of an earthquake, and too much lateral leeway would damage the piers. Okay, I think they're meaning these things to the side of the bridge. And they're making it possible to move a little bit without falling down. There's also provision for the gradual widening of a strait over the lifetime of a bridge. Protection from the effect of high winds. So somewhere is something that the bridge has to go longer. There's also protection from the effect of high winds on the decking is provided by the use of aerodynamic spoiler-like fairing, and on the cables by the use of spiral screw strakes. They're having something aerodynamic so that the wind just goes past it, and they're using spiral screw strakes on the cables. It goes from Rion to Antirrio, and is around 2 kilometers long. Okay, the next thing. The bridge received in 2006 Outstanding Structure Award from the International Association for Bridge and Structural Engineering. So it won an award in 2006. In 2006, the bridge was featured in an episode of Mega Structures on the National Geographic Channel. So someone made a little docu about it on the television. In 2011, the bridge returned to television in an episode of Richard Hammond's Engineering Connections. Richard Hammond did also a little television show. In 2015, construction of the bridge was chronicled in the first episode of a Science Channel series Impossible Engineering. And someone else said also that it's impossible to build. Trouble with cable links. On the 28th January 2005, 6 months after the opening of the bridge, one of the cable links of the bridge snapped from the top of the M1 pylon. So one of these 4 big pillars, I'm going to call them pillars, I don't know what the pylon is, snapped and came crashing down on the deck. Traffic was immediately halted. The investigation found that a fire had broken out on the top of the M1 pylon after lightning struck to one of the cables. The cable was immediately restored and the bridge opened. Okay. A lightning had struck into one of the pylon, causing a fire, causing the cable to rip apart, and it smashed then onto the deck, onto the road. The cable was restored and the bridge reopened. Okay. Monitoring system. A structural health monitoring system was installed during construction of a bridge, still operating. It provides a 24/7 surveillance of the structure. The system has more than 100 sensors, including 3D accelerometers on the deck, pylons, stay cables on the ground to characterize wind movements. Let's do it in another part. We're going to do one part more. If you will use architecture for the Rio Antirrio bridge, you can go directly to the next part. We will look for the surveillance system of the camera or whatever. We're going to do now the martial arts basic training. If you stay and participate in the martial arts basic training, let's be honest. We're bringing one leg up and we're pointing with the foot down. Your toes up and down. And our leg up and point with the foot down. And toes up and down. Now go to the side. The toes are pointing forward as we're stretching the other side of the leg. And over to the other side. And over from side to side. And now a few lunges, which is going in front and back. And now the shoulders double. Leg up and back, and in down. The other one up and back, and in and down and again. And now stretch kicks. Arm out, kick against it. No, on the other side, arm out, kick against it. You can do 3 steps in the middle. 1, 2, 3, out and kick. And one more time. And now the frog. Knee up and back, again up and in. And let's do it one more time. And now Kreskin kicks. Up and back, again up and in. Up and back, up and in again. And now lunge kicks. I'm going to kick now close to the camera. So go in front, make a lunge down and kick. Anchor back. And now with the right leg in front, lunge down, knee down and kick. And again back, left leg in front and kick. Again back, and right leg in front and kick. And let's do one more. Left leg in front, lunge down and kick. Now squat kicks. Down to squat and kick to the side. Again down, kick to the side. You can do a wider squat. Down, kick, down and kick. And one more time. And down and kick. And now leg swing, or swing kicks. Swing and up. Step back. 1, 2, 3. Swing up. 3 up. Swing. 1, 2, 3 up. Swing. Let's do it one more time. Up. Swing. 1, 2, 3 up. Swing. 12 push-ups. Down to the ground, hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone in. Anchor down to the first one. And again up. And to the second one. And the third one. And number 4. And 5. 6. And 7. Elbows close to the rib cage. 8. 9 and 10. And that's the last 2. 11 and 12. And now the hiker sit-up stretch. No, just a stretch. In onto the ground and pull the toes in. Foot to the left and pull the toes in. To the right and pull the toes in. So in the middle, move the leg from left to right. Other heel onto the ground and pull the toes in. Foot to the right and pull the toes in. To the left. And in the middle, and move the leg from left to right. And also the leg up. Let's touch your leg again. Up and knee up. And legs wide apart, breathing out. And breathe out. Okay. Breathing close to legs. And breathing out. That was the martial arts basic training. I thank you very much and until next time.